Well, the president-elect has stunned a lot of people with his most recent cabinet picks.
Doug Luzader is with us from Washington to unpack this a little bit. Doug, good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so two-part question. With this Matt Gaetz appointment here as Attorney General, why do you think Donald Trump chose Matt Gaetz, and do you actually think he can get confirmed?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the first question, why? Trump is clearly appointing loyalists to these positions. Now, Matt Gaetz may be a bridge too far here as far as the regular Senate confirmation process. There are a lot of Republicans that raised eyebrows over this, and with a 53-seat majority in the Senate, it seems unlikely that they would be able to get Matt Gaetz through unless they do this as a recess appointment, which is always possible. Maybe they're using Matt Gaetz as a bargaining chip. We don't know. But you compare that to the selection of like Marco Rubio to be Secretary of State. He will sail through Senate confirmation unless something major happens. He'll even have Democrats, no doubt, supporting him. Gaetz, though, that's going to be a tough one to get across the finish line.
Yeah, it seemed like there's much more speculation about him than others. And another big surprise was Tulsi Gabbard for National Intelligence Director. I don't think it was a surprise that her name was mentioned for some type of appointment. You kind of saw that coming. But does she actually have experience in intelligence for this?
Well, she has military experience, but no direct intel experience that we know of outside of that. And there is some unease, probably not to the level of Matt Gaetz, but there is some unease about her appointment to this position as well. We'll see. Early on, President-elect Trump talked about this idea of doing recess appointments. And to get some of these folks through, that's what it may take, and that's where essentially the House and the Senate decide to just leave town for a few days, and that gives the president some opportunity to appoint someone on a temporary, it can last for a couple of years, but at a kind of a semi-temporary basis.
Interesting. Okay. Well, when everyone is in town, Republicans now have taken control of both houses of Congress. They have picked their Senate Majority Leader. So how do you think with this Republican clean sweep that this is going to impact Trump's agenda as he kicks off his second term?
It's certainly going to make things easier. But as far as legislation is, confirming judges, that kind of thing, 53 seats is great for Trump in the Senate. Getting legislation through is another matter. That generally requires 60 votes to overcome a filibuster, which means you have to have some buy-in from Democrats. So it's not unfettered power here for Republicans. It will be interesting to see how much talk there is about trying to eliminate the filibuster for ordinary legislation. This is something that it just depends on what party is in charge. Some Democrats were pushing for that with Biden in the White House. Now they're likely to just kind of reverse positions on this, and there may be a push from the president on down among Republicans to change the filibuster rules.
We shall see. It's interesting times for sure. Thank you so much, Doug Luzader in Washington. Talk to you tomorrow.